I refused to attend my brother's wedding after he uninvited my husband because his fiancée doesn't want any openly gay people, making their conservative family uncomfortable. And now my parents are saying I'm choosing politics over family, when this is supposed to be my brother's special day. My brother Nathan is 32 and I'm 29. We grew up close in a pretty traditional family in a small town. I moved to the city for college and stayed here. Nathan stayed in our hometown and runs a business with our dad. About a year ago, Nathan started dating Rebecca, whose family is very religious and conservative. I met her a few times and she was polite, but I could tell she wasn't comfortable with me. I've been with my husband James for 5 years, married for 2. James is the kindest, most genuine person I know. My parents took a while to come around when I came out, but they eventually accepted it and have always been civil to James. Nathan was supportive from the beginning, or so I thought. 2 months ago, Nathan called to tell me he was engaged. I was happy for him, even though I barely knew Rebecca. He asked me to be a bridesmaid, and of course I said yes. I asked if James was invited, and Nathan said definitely, that I should bring him. Last week, Nathan called again. He sounded uncomfortable. He said Rebecca's family was very important to her, and they had strong religious beliefs about marriage. He said Rebecca was worried that having James at the wedding would make her family uncomfortable and cause tension on their special day. I asked what he meant. Nathan said Rebecca had asked if James could maybe not come, or if he came, could we just not be openly affectionate or hold hands or anything that would make it obvious we're together? I was stunned. I asked if he was seriously asking my husband to either not attend or pretend we're not married. Nathan said he knew it wasn't ideal, but it was just one day, and it would mean a lot to Rebecca and her family. I said it would mean a lot to me if my husband was welcome at my brother's wedding as my husband, not as some random friend I have to pretend I'm not married to. Nathan said I was making this about me when it should be about him and Rebecca. I said he was making it about appeasing bigots instead of standing up for his own sister. He said Rebecca's family isn't bigoted, they just have traditional values, and one day of discretion wasn't a big ask. I told Nathan if James isn't fully welcome as my spouse, then I won't be attending the wedding. Nathan got upset and said I was being dramatic and selfish. I said I was setting a boundary and that I wouldn't participate in an event where my marriage is treated as shameful. I told my parents hoping they'd back me up. Instead, my mom said I should just go without James to keep the peace. She said it's Nathan's wedding and he gets to make the guest list. I said that's true, but I also get to decide if I attend a wedding where my spouse is unwelcome. My dad said I was being stubborn and making everything difficult. He said Nathan has to think about his new in-laws and starting his marriage off right, and I should be more understanding. I said Nathan should be understanding that asking me to hide my marriage is degrading. Nathan sent me a long text saying I was ruining his wedding over politics. He said Rebecca's family are good people who just have different beliefs, and that I was forcing him to choose between his sister and his fiancé's family. I said he already made his choice when he decided their comfort was more important than my dignity. Rebecca's maid of honor somehow got my number and called me. She said I was being selfish and militant, that it's just one day and I should respect that not everyone agrees with my lifestyle. I told her my marriage isn't a lifestyle and hung up. My parents have been calling constantly. My mom is crying saying I'm splitting the family apart. My dad says I'm letting my pride get in the way of my brother's happiness. Nathan sent another message saying if I don't come, it will permanently damage our relationship. My best friend says I'm absolutely right to skip it. My aunt, who's also gay, says she understands but that sometimes you have to pick your battles with family. James says he doesn't want to be the reason I miss my brother's wedding and that he'd be okay with not going if I wanted to attend. But I keep thinking about sitting in that church watching my brother marry someone who thinks my marriage is something to hide. Am I the asshole?